X marks the spot.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Rosheen, Roaring Prophet. Rosheen is a 4-mana 4/4 in Gruul who enters the battlefield and potentially gets you a spell that costs X. And then she's able to tap, reveal X cost spells from your hand in order to make a lot of mana to then cast those spells. Let's say Rosheen comes into play, she mills a couple cards, she gets you maybe a Banefire, and then the next turn she taps, she reveals 4 X cost spells from your hand, and that's 8 more mana that you can then spend on that Banefire you got, or any of the other X cost spells that you happen to have. The spells in this deck, they range a bit from things that grow, putting X+1/+1 counters on themselves, or cards that go wide like Song of Totentanz, giving you a little bit of haste too, to direct burn like Devil's Play, Banefire, and some burn that can only hit creatures but gets you extra benefits like Hell to Pay, which gets you a bunch of treasures, which you can then spend on other cards. It also has X that helps you ramp, like Awaken the Woods, X that helps you find a specific creature and maybe even give yourself enough damage to just win the game on the spot, or X to ramp, destroy all the creatures in the battlefield, or straight up win the game. I would say Crackle with Power is probably the card with Rosheen, because when you have tons of mana, Crackle with Power just wins. It just wins. Also, this deck is dealing a lot of damage, so dealing even more damage using cards like Fiery Emancipation can be really fun. And since we're ramping to try to get both Rosheen out and also more mana for our X-cost spells, this deck has a lot of ramp. Our turn 1 spells, those are ramp spells. Our turn 2 spells, also ramp spells. Our turn 3 spells, well, there's not that many of them, because at this point we can hopefully start casting Rosheen with this ramp. We also have a couple, I'll say, staple good cards like Minsc and Boo and Roxanne, but Roxanne helps ramp, she helps deal extra damage. And Minsc and Boo allows you to fling those big hydras that you've been building up with all this mana to get some direct damage. There's a lot of different things that work really nicely together with Rosheen, and because Gruul is such a nice strong power combo, well, hopefully you can use her and her X-cost spells to win games quickly and concisely. So we're going to take Rosheen into the queue, and we're going to see if X marks the spot. The Necrobloom. Necrobloom is going to be putting lands into play and generating first plants and then zombies. This hand's a little strange because it doesn't have much traditional ramp. World Soul's Rage is sort of ramp, but not really ramp I care about, but it does have some really nice spells for later in the game. And if our opponent plays some artifacts and enchantments, we can get rid of them with Pest Infestation, going wide at the same time. I also have some card draw off Up the Beanstalk, and some haste, or Embiggening. The haste is nice because it lets me tap Rosheen the turn she comes out. The counterspell part, not as relevant here. They might have a mana tithe, I don't think they will. Hi there, Necrobloom. Yeah, Necrobloom's kind of like Field of the Dead on a big old 2/7. Up the beans. Gotta find me some goods. Okay, Tyvar Stand, a bit of protection. They do have black and white, which has a lot of really good targeting removal. It feels kind of crazy that Field of the Dead is given its own commander. I mean, at least you have to, like, play it and play colors for it. One of the troubles with Field of the Dead, which it's banned in this format, is that you can just kind of put it in whatever deck. As long as you're running 2 or more colors, you can probably get there, and it gives you a way to win. Making zombies. Polluted Delta. Wonder if they'll grab a Surveil land here. Putting lands in their graveyard, which they've already done a bunch of, is great for Necrobloom because it gives all those lands Dredge too. There's the Surveil land, the Shadowy Backstreet. I can technically put an additional land into play with World Soul's Rage here. I could make 2 pests. I'd rather just play the Rhythm of the Wild. Right now, like, playing Rosheen and tapping her on the turn she comes out is not going to do that much for me, because I don't have anything that's just purely colorless, like Stonecoil Serpent in hand. Could be nice in the future, though. Augur of Autumn. They can now play lands off the top of their deck. A land off the top of their deck! can't believe you've done this. If I play Rosheen here, she's like a little at risk. I mentioned before, there's a good number of things that could kill her, but I still think it's worth going in. It's 4 damage. Oh, Crackle with power. Like, with this hand right now, if I play this land next turn, I can go X equals 1 from just the 3 mana here. And then we have 2, 4, 6, 8 additional mana. So that would be X equals 3 and Crackle with power, right? That's a lot. And if I draw another X cost spell, X equals 4. So good. Hey, Necrobloom. You're gonna kill Rosheen. They don't know how many X cost spells I have in hand. How many X cost spells are in this deck? A bunch. Enough that they're gonna Toxic Deluge my commander. Now, I guess we'll have to default to other methods of ramp, like Nissa, who's a 5-cost spell, so we get to draw. Nice. Because I want to hold up Tyvar's stand. I think that going for the forest here is pretty nice. I could also, I guess, play Shigeki. No, I think holding up Tyvar's stand is going to be better. In case they try to kill my forest, this way I can protect it. Shigeki is not an X-cost spell, but does have an X-cost ability, which allows me to, like, bring back a bunch of these various burn spells from my graveyard to my hand. There are 27 X-cost spells in my deck. That's amazing, because I have played Rosheen, and she has milled 6, and I've whiffed multiple times while playing this deck. Sometimes the heart of the cards is just not with us. Oh, here comes the Necrobloom! Necrobloom followed by a land gets them a plant. They only have 6 lands right now. Ooh, plant, bro. Ooh. Command tower. Green. And Tappy. Rosheen. Haste. We do the thing. I see a guy. Because I tapped a forest before, though, I do not have red until I use this Astral Cornucopia. So we're going to reveal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Which is a normal number. And I'm going to go Astral Cornucopia for 1. And that means I can crackle. And how much can I crackle for? One, two, three, 4. Oh yeah. That's lethal. GG, Necrobloom. Davriel, Rogue Shadow Mage. Davriel is going to be making us discard and then dealing damage to us when our hand is empty, or mostly empty. If you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, Davriel's hitting you for 2 in the upkeep. Well, I have multiple ways to prevent my commander from being countered in this hand, which is nice, except we're playing against mono black. This is probably going to be like similar to a Tiny Bones deck, where they're just going to be killing and forcing us to discard and all of that. That was rude. Normally I would like to wait and not play this until I'm revealing things, but because they can just 1-for-1 me with a lot of removal, I want to make sure that I have a creature in play that forces them to deal with it, so I'm not just building up on the board. Okay, Plague Crafter. So, like, I'd rather that hit my Stonecoil Serpent than Rosheen. Tireless Provisioner this time. Here's Rankle Pitiless Trickster. They're paying a life, I think? Okay. So that's going to get rid of you. And you. Giant! Let's bring out Rosheen. Could also go for the Gold Vein Hydra, but because this has haste, I'd love to be able to use that to kill this. And World Soul's Rage with the number of lands in my graveyard? Absolutely. World Soul's Rage is going to get back all these discarded lands. Also deal damage to stuff. That's two things. I love two things. Is Davriel from Innistrad? We know that he has spent a lot of time there, because that's where his short story took place. I'm being asked, will a single creature survive a turn? Signs point to no. Because they could make me discard this, I'm just going to do it now. 1, 2, 3. Bringing out 1, 2, 3. I'm ramping. Now, mind you, I definitely would have rather used Rosheen here. Discard a card. Magma Quake. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. X equals 8. And just attacking their face. You kill it, I get a lot of treasures. And Rosheen is pretty much guaranteed to hit when we play her. It's like an 80+% chance that she'll hit. That's pretty nice. GG. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, turns all their creatures into lands. And those lands can tap red mana. Or sorry, green mana. I'm great at words. Because they're forests, and I remember what colors are. I like this hand because it has ramp in it. And I also know that they're going to be ramping too, because that's typically what Ashaya does. Plays a bunch of ramp and landfall abilities, because if all your creatures are lands, then they all trigger landfall. That's good landfall. That's very good landfall. Such good landfall, in fact, that I think I want to kill Bristly Bill before he gets any triggers. So I'm going to deal X damage to target creature, and I'm also going to target myself for this discard ability, because I can now filter out, like, maybe I don't want this Ochre Jelly, maybe I don't want Kayla's Kindling. This is kind of card advantage over time. This Nissa's kind of nice, too. I'm going to drop the, I think, Ochre Jelly. Like, yeah, it's going to get me a big creature, but I'd rather just have more lands at this point. I think their creatures are going to be bigger than mine, unless I can get really, really, really huge amounts of mana. Okay, so Courser of Krufix. It is unfortunately too big for me to kill with the Spiteful Banditry, but we have 4 mana now, which is the perfect time for Rosheen, Roaring Prophet. She's going to mill, and I see at least one X-cost spell, Shatter Skull Smashing, which is a land or some burn, but only on creatures and planeswalkers. That's a forest. You could play a forest right off the top of your deck. And underneath that forest is a Flourishing Bloomkin. Oh. I guess that's cool in a deck where, like, all your creatures are also forests. Neat. Well, I only have 3 things to reveal, but 3 is still pretty good. So I'm going to reveal these 3. I'm going to play this Nissa, who cannot use this. She's not X cost. I'm going to untap this Enchanted Forest here. And we're gonna make a big Shivan Devastator. Actually, 1 second. How much do you tap for? Yeah, alright. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a flying 8/8. And we love those here. We love flying 8/8s. Case at a locked hothouse is letting them play additional lands, and soon it will let them play creatures, enchantments, and lands off the top of their deck. They can already play lands off the top of their deck, though. Hello, would you like to play land? Do you have any more lands? They do. They have 1 in hand, and it's a fetch land, so they can actually shuffle what's on top of their library to try to find more lands. Ashaya, thankfully, does not have reach. But my Shivan Devastator can keep on swinging. Ooh, Flourishing Bloomkin. Oh, look, you're a 10/10! That's so cute. The Courser getting in there. They have lots of land, so now the case has been solved. Don't mind me, just want to generate obscene amounts of mana.
The land shall conquer you.
Revealing these. I guess I can play a land, but these come in tapped. How about 5, 6, 7? I think 7 should be good. I'm gonna go 10 and 4. There we go. Get rid of the Ashai, which is going to reduce the numbers on this Flourishing Bloomkin as well. Eight damage dealt. I think I could have done some more if I like prioritized like animating instead of a forest to the mountain, just so I would have a second red source. But it's not super necessary. This way I can block, protect Nissa with this forest. And the Shivan Devastator's a 2-turn clock. And that's gonna win us the game. GG! Kellen the Kid! Kellen the Kid is all about casting things from outside of your hand, whether that's plotting things, foretelling things, casting things from your graveyard with flashback. He cares about all of them. Now, I don't have any ramp here, but he's a 3/3, and I have a lightning bolt in hand, so I'm gonna keep this. I feel like that's enough, like, logic for me, right? Like, this kills the man. Oh, I could kill this Avacyn's Pilgrim, too, but, like, they could just play Kellen next turn. And dies to lightning bolt. You're not doing it? Fine, I guess I will bolt your Avacyn's Pilgrim. What are you doing? Counter spells? Don't. You saw it coming? I saw it coming. I'm gonna go X equals 1. You get out of here. There is no Avacyn's Pilgrim. They have that, but it comes in tapped. I'm gonna go for Astral Cornucopia, X equals 1. I know that I am now, like, using up some of my X cost spells before we have Rosheen out, but I have a Minskin in hand, we're fine. Utopia Sprawl. Oh, she resolved. I'm kind of surprised. What you up to? Okay, Memory Deluge that has flashback. Do have 2 big X spells to reveal here. Stonecoil Serpent can like freely block Kellen since Reach, protection from multicolored. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, and then 8, 9, 10, 11 for Crackle, which is X equals 3. That's 15 damage. I'm not gonna play it though if I think they're gonna counter it. You gonna kill Rosheen? Or like turn her into a frog? Or a skeleton? We're gonna exile it, okay? We're going to decline since this is essentially already just being taxed by 2. I like going for either Rosheen here or the Minskin Boo. I'm gonna go for Rosheen though. Rosheen, did you whiff? Embarrassing. But now we have 3 X-cost spells in hand. I think this Crackle's getting close to lethal. Oh yeah, Adventures also work for Kellen. Well, howdy, Kellen. A sort of fribbity-bibbity. You tapped out? I like that. I like that you're tapped out. It's not quite lethal, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. Yeah, it's still just X equals 3. So let me just, like, Atali. And then I'm going to use the rest of this for, like, Stone Coil Serpent. Sweet. Free Forest. No, I don't need Magma Quake for 0. I feel like 2 7/7s is a good use of a turn. Sort of protection from my deck, except for this guy. No protection from this guy. He's safe. Oh, Tatiova. Hey, girl. But, like, that would still allow them to freely block the Atali. Only 2 damage would go through and they would gain 5 life. But right now, if I attack him with the Stone Coil Serpent, this is the only thing that can block. So, like, let's do it. Stone Coil Serpent, swing in. You blocking? You know about the Crackle with Power. And the Hell to Pay. You know about all of it. Brings him down to 18. We're going to go ahead and reveal 1, 2, 3 X-cost spells. We're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure I've got enough, but I also didn't do the math. Sure. Yeah. Numbers. Sweet. Chi-Chi. Nashi, Illusion Gadgeteer. A very scary commander because of its ability to recur spells from the graveyard, giving them flash. Though they're usually instant speed spells anyway, and sometimes they enable cloning Nashi or blinking Nashi to get even more triggers off of this spell. Nashi also has Ward 2 and Menace, meaning that it's pretty strong, good at attacking you, and hard to kill. Things like Displacer Kitten, Thassa, that's what I gotta be real afraid of when it comes to this Nashi. And I would say that this deck, at its base, is Sultai Control. At least when I run into it, it tends to be. Llanowar Elf, they have ramped. Well, I can ramp and also try to prevent some counter spells. Ah, another way to try and dodge counter spells. Good, excellent. Hangerback Walker would be so cute. Just like, yeah, that's 0. X equals 1. I thought about killing their Llanowar Elf here, but like right now they can just bring back a land, so that's not as much what I'm afraid of. And I really want to do things with my commander. So what we're going to do is we're going to name Giant. Boop. He enters the battlefield. Excuse me, are you bending tides? Okay. Rude. Yet double uncounterable. Figured it was worth it. I'm a vanilla 4/4. Nice goose. I feel like they might sacrifice the Tidebender at some point. Just to keep bringing it back. Nope. Looks like Nashi's coming out and making a copy of Verdant Catacombs. You can do X equals 1 on this Tidebender. Because I want a big Hangerback Walker. Hey, wait. What? But 4/4 Hangerback Walker. Oh, okay. It's another Necrobloom. I actually played against this person earlier today. I know because their name is almost Monkey D. Luffy. It's Monkey D. Gui, which... Sure, that's something. Y'all know what Necroboom does. Makes plants, makes zombies. Landfall. Abzan lands. I like this hand. It has turn 1 ramp. It has Fiery Emancipation. It has Minsk and Boo. Does it have X cost spells? No. But who needs that? Yeah, they have really cute sleeves. Is the person with the good dog sleeves? Chat remembers. I wonder if they remember me. Monkey, do you remember me? We've met before. I would love some, thank you. Nick's offering me some food. Food feed. Feed food. Was this the one that was just a bunch of removal? I think it was. Yeah, I think when we played against this person before, their deck was like almost no landfall stuff, but like now they're getting multiple lands cards. So maybe we just got unlucky and only saw their like board wipes. Hi Declan, I am back from California. Okay, who do I want here? I think I want Voracious Hydra to bop the Tireless Provisioner. And also, like, give me a good girl. Nick wants me to continue to live, so he gives me food. Yeah. He's a good person like that. He knows I shouldn't just subsist on coffee. Even though I really want to. I mean, this coffee has milk in it. That's food. Ah, Hellish Norn! That means when this enters the battlefield, it does nothing. Boo. No, I mean, not Boo. Boo is this guy. Also gets rid of this enter the battlefield ability, so I won't get a Boo. Boo! I could still make, like, a decently large Voracious Hydra, though. That's probably a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Play this land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know how to count sometimes. So we don't get the fight, and we don't get the double, but we do get a 5, 6. I know, it'd be cool if they added the original Rosheen. That was an uncommon, right? That just, I think she tapped for 4 mana that you can only spend on X spells. Oh, thank you for the cherries! And a pit bull. Yeah. You're so sweet. Can I get a smooch? Thank you, Nick. The good man right there. Oh, Hellish Norn. Oh, is this just short of being able to kill her? Because this is X damage. I think I can only do, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only have 7 mana for it. So I think we can save this. Minsk and Boo does not make a dude, but does let me buff up the Voracious Hydra. Because it has Trample or Haste. Next turn, no, Mishra's Command I will have enough for. Or I'll just have 6, potentially 7 mana. Or I could, like, use Minsk and Boo to throw the Voracious Hydra at Hellish Norn. Rosheen Meanderer was tap, add, colorless, 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 only for costs that contain X. Rosheen, how you've grown. No! I am going to protect Minsk and Boo over this. And I was thinking it's because, yeah, this might happen. No enter the battlefield. I am aware. However, 7/7. I'm bigger than you, Hellish Norn. Well, actually, I'm approximately the same size as you, and your landfall deck isn't getting lands. Next turn, though, Fiery Emancipation I have enough mana for. These have Trample, and this triples damage, so... big. Aw. Rude. Get rid of our little landfall guy. I'm feeling this boo, though. Do I just want, like, triple the mana, triple the fun? I think I want triple the mana or having their mana. I think I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna go for Vorinclex here. This makes their land only tap for mana every other turn. Makes my mana tap for twice as much. I get a clue. Nyx Bloom Ancient. Fiery Emancipation. Boo! End them! Or, like, force some weird blocks. Our damage is now tripled. We still have to assign lethal damage to things, though. And then the spillover will get increased. So, like, right here. I can't assign less than lethal on them, so no extra trample damage goes through. Hey, they got another land! That took a while, especially because they've been able to play lands off the top of their deck. 5, 6, 7. This seems big. I'm just tripling everything out here. Oh, I guess I should have put the tripling on the Nyx Bloom Ancient, since it's got trample, but it doesn't really matter. This is very lethal. GG. Donnie, Canny Inquisitor. This is a crime commander looking to steal your spells by dealing combat damage to you, and any of those stolen spells cost 1 less. Probably playing a couple unblockable creatures with this Gonti, and some other spells that just steal from your opponent, whether those are Heist or Robber of the Rich, or wait, that one can't be in this deck. Other Gonti. There's a lot of different crime spells. 1 Llanowar Elf, please. I can't play the Utopia Sprawl unless I actually have a forest, and I don't right now. But I do have First Blood. Thank you, Llanowar Elf. Yeah, this Gonti I found was just kind of underpowered and a little underwhelming, but Sultai colors are still good on their own, so you can get some nice stuff done. Also, Sultai Crime is just like a cool combo to have. Ooh, I put a Fanatic of Ronus in my graveyard. That's fantastic. Hell to Pay, Stone Coil Serpent, and Ochre Jelly. I'm feeling the Jelly. Sultai colors, pretty good at killing stuff. And the big Jelly, if it gets killed, can come back. Hi, Malcolm. That's a nice evasive creature for doing crime with. I currently only have 1 X-cost spell in hand, though, which is, you know, my fault. Hi, Drana. Liberator of Malakir. You're gonna keep growing, and that's fine. I ain't doing a Jelly this turn. I'm gonna play the Fanatic of Ronus, or Eternalize it. It gets me a lot of mana. Like, so much mana. Why does it tap for 4 green? 4 green! Aw, well now it taps for nothing because it doesn't exist. That's fine, that's fine. Still only one X cost spell in hand. Primeval Titan being cast off Castle Garenbrig. Is this being countered? It is not. We're gonna grab some lands. Cavern of Souls is probably going to be beneficial, and I'll grab the Surveil land too. Aiming Giant! Which is this? You Surveil, see what's on top. I don't really need that. Throw it to the bottom. And attacking for another 4. You killing something? Oh, the world's smallest cyclonic rift. I'm Manor Elf. I'm back in hand. So, yeah, I'm happy to kill Rosheen since, like, I want more X-cost spells in hand. But also, Fiery Emancipation for triple damage. Get some extra lands? Yeah. 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 Yeah, that seems good. GG. Felia, Exuberant Shepherd, attacks in and exiles a non-land permanent. Mind, there's a non-land permanent gets exiled. Then it returns to play at the end of turn, which is really, really good against my X-cost Hydras, because it means that they just die, and it's sad. They can also recur their own things with good enter the battlefield, and then Felia gets a +1/+1 counter. She also has Flash, which is sometimes relevant. I will go ahead and name Giant on this. Yeah, I want to ramp up, get my Rosheen. We got a couple X-cost spells here. Oh, Guide of Souls. Make a big flying Felia. Invasion of Gobakan. Anything that gets exiled off this, unfortunately, cannot be revealed by Rosheen, which means less mana for us. Too bad. I was kind of hoping that, like, they would attack in, we could use Tyvar's Stand and kill the Guide of Souls. But now that they know about the Tyvar's Stand, I don't think they will. Guide of Souls is what... Wait. One of these cards that I would say is a must-kill card. Just because of how dang good it is. Excellent. It's gone. Yippee! Rosheen, help me. Find me more X-cost spells. Well, there's an Ochre Jelly. You jelly. I have 3 X-cost spells here, so we can get an additional 6 mana at the very least. Assuming, of course, Rosheen is still in play. Because they could exile her. It feels like a Ragavan, like, tier threat. It sure does. 1, 2, 3. Kind of like banking mana into Astral Cornucopia, but they can blink this. So I think I'm just going to cast it for X equals 1. And use that 1 for Castle Garenbrig. Now I have 9 mana, so I can do this for X equals 8. Again, this is also blinkable, but it has a ward too, so they would have to pay 2. Hi, Felia! Frick. Such a good puppy. I think they just exile the Ochre Jelly. Oh, I mean, they can also do that, sure. At least they gain 8 life off that. So, Felia, my little fella. Who you blinking? Please stop taking things out of my hand. You are a rude puppy. Come on, man, I was using those. I could attack with the Den. I feel like I could finale. You could finale for 1, 2, 3. I bet I got some 3-drops that I want to see here. Search my library for... Oh, I do like Fanatic of Ronus. Green Goblin and Archomancer, both are very nice. Let's go with the Fanatic. And attack with Rosheen. Leaving both of these back, just in case I need a blocker very, very badly. Such a good dog, though. Just look at it. That's a good dog. Ophelia, especially with certain abilities, can be extremely frustrating to play against. I think they're going to permanently exile the Fanatic. Attack the invasion of Gobakan, maybe blinking the Kami, or are they going to blink this again? Nope. This time they're blinking my my Mana Rock, so it comes back with no charge counters. That's why I didn't put that much into it. We're just gonna X equals 3 on Maga with Quake. I drew a land, so I can. They can recast the doggy. Do it before they can attack, though. See if they have a protective spell. They might. This also does kill my Kami of Bamboo Groves. Ooh, Nyx Bloom Ancient. I am, I think, 1 mana short of that. I'm gonna attack him with all these. They might flash us out, block the 1/1. They could also play like the Wanderer. That would be rough. Yep, there's the Wanderer. Wandering Emperor comes out, minuses, and makes a blocker. And then the Bugbear. Gone! They don't really want to exile my Rosheen since she has the Enter the Battlefield ability. I need another green source for Nyx Bloom Ancient. Because we have Castle Yarenbrig to make 1 extra mana. I just don't have another green source to put into it. Yep. First striking Buppy.
Remember your training. Until next time, then.
Gets me the green source for next turn. Green. Once I bring out the Nyx Bloom Ancient, they can swap the Touch the Spirit Realm onto it by exiling it and then changing what it's targeting. Hi, Loran. You're gonna bop the Utopias? Like, I get this is already kind of useless, but bro, rude. What if they blank my token? You stop making me hold back, Rosheen. I don't want to. Oh, it looks like they're gonna go for the sequence of delayed blinks. Farming Prince re-enters the battlefield. They're going to scry. Roxanne, I demand violence. Kill this guy. Ooh, hey, Sun Titan. Who's coming back? Guide of Souls. You should blink our Roxanne. Yeah, it would be funny. Or my Rosheen. Thank you. I really don't want to block now. You do get your invasion. And all of the protection it offers. But I'm here for mana and spells. So let's see what we get. Felia grows. Rosheen? Find me something big. Goldvein's pretty big. It's also very blinkable for Felia, but like, that's why I have to go all in on the turn that I play Goldvein Hydra. That's why I don't play Goldvein Hydra this turn. I also have to be wary of this Nyx Bloom Ancient getting Lorand. No, let's go for the Goldvein this turn. It's gonna be so big and beautiful, and I want it so much. Alright, so we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. X equals 11. Yes, X equals 11. And I'll throw a rock at Loran. Actually, no, we throw the rock at Guide of Souls, because it's 2 toughness versus 1. Ideally, they would want to block that there, and that would mean that this is still lethal. Unless they had cracked the Light Shield Array there, which they didn't. Could've, didn't. They had a Solitude. Bit of Solitude. Well, shucks. It was instant speed removal that exiled my creature, so I don't even get all the treasures. Oh, darn. Lauren, why are you coming in here? You getting blanked? You getting blonked? Blunked? We have far more free spells nowadays than we did before. Giver of Runes is also going to offer them some protection. Hi, Loran, you can destroy my meteorite? Right, she sure is. But also gaining life. These are getting bigger. And again, this gets destroyed by the Loran. So we keep it in hand. Solemn Simulacrum. Ooh, with the Fallout art. What's up, little dude? Hey, Charming Prince. You gonna do some more blinking? Big, flying, Sun Titan. Could be going better. It could be going better. No, my big explosive turn got blanked. My cool rocks! Stop destroying my cool rocks! Alright, Giver of Runes, unfortunately, has a little bit of a circle of protection here in combination with this. Means that Hell to Pay isn't gonna get me that far. I can play it, though. I could still cast it here, just to try and bank as much treasure as possible to try to do something big on another turn. If I do that, I think that it's too likely, though, that I just die. No, I think that they've won this game. That Solitude was clutch. And we whiffed! Oh no, we whiffed! I think somebody said there's 27 X cost spells in the deck. In a batch of 6, we would be seeing, on average, 1.5. I know that doesn't work, but we send none. Sometimes just the cards are bundled together in just such a way where there's nothing we can do. Good game. GG, Felia. You're an awful good puppy. Yurek, the Desecrated. Doubles up enter the battlefield abilities. Oftentimes going nicely with landfall or things that enter the battlefield. Bounce things, kill things, exile things, draw you cards. It's probably going to have some nice blinky things in there too. I don't have any great early ramp here. I have Awake in the Woods. I can do that on turn 3. I have 3 X-cost spells though, which I do really like. I'm gonna keep this. And I'm going to draw some 2-drops, right? And I don't mean X-cost spells, I mean 2-drops. Maybe even a 1-drop. Turn 1 Ragavan right off the top. Just put that into my hand. That's a forest. It is a forest. They just surveilled away a Lotus Cobra. That's not what I expected. They milled a Cobra, yeah. That's... Okay. I guess they really needed lands. I mean, I had a Kami of Bamboo Groves in hand, which, if you have 3 lands, it can become 2 lands. Elemental. This is an elemental. And I'm being griefed. Always being griefed. So what are you hitting? An X-cost spell or Minsk and Boo? Big X-cost spell. Medium X-cost spell. This art is so goofy. Giant cactus man. These poor trains. A little bit of enchantment removal. Awaken the Woods. Alright, they're hitting the thing that I might possibly cast next turn, my ramp. I am going to do a teeny tiny pest infestation here just to get myself some blockers. Hi, we're pests. And we're blocking! Grief, be gone! I wonder if they have reanimation. Ooh, maybe they don't have anything. Rosheen coming into play doesn't get countered. Hasn't been killed yet. Ooh, we put Fanatic of Bronus in a graveyard. That's great. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 X-cost spells in my hand. That's 10 additional mana. If Rosheen lives. Rosheen did live, but she is an elk. Yep. That's pretty fine with me. I could either get big mana or Minskin Boo. I'm gonna go for Minskin Boo. Reasoning. Scary. It's good. This is just a good, really good card. Also gives me a way to potentially just kill my commander, throwing it at their face. If I went for Fanatic Abronis, it's also, like, a lot of mana. They missed their 5th land, and they know that, like, we're well established. Minskin Boo, too much damage for them to deal with. Maybe we actually have lethal next turn, potentially. Nice. GG. Jin Gataxis, casting spells that cost 3 or more non-creature spells, draws them cards, and if they have enough cards in hand, they can flip them over. It's very rude. I would like to have a hand that has more early game stuff. This hand also doesn't have more early game stuff. Roxanne, I know, I love you too, sweetie. We're gonna take a double mulligan. I'm gonna throw back Electro Dominance, maybe Voracious. No, I'd rather have creature presence here, because I have more ways to stop my creatures from being countered. No, I'm not trying to dash. Just trying to throw down a turn 1 monkey. Monkey. It makes treasures. It steals spells. It's my best friend. Winter Moon. I mean, I guess I should be happy I have a bunch of basics, huh? I mean, I can definitely survive in the game without... Are you like Jin Gastaxis? Oh my god! It's a torpor orb! Just made it so I can't fetch with my fetch land. Rosheen. I'll take the Cornucopia because I can cast that from graveyard. Nah, I'm gonna take the Devil's Play. I just want to have some burn in hand. It's so nice I can cast it twice because it has flashback. The One Ring does give them protection. You should be so happy you have that because I did just draw a Crackle with Power. This is going to be unable to untap, but like that's fine because we're just grabbing a land anyway. A basic land. And I'm not even gonna reveal the Crackle with Power here. Oh wait, crap. I just like goofed that up because I don't have enough mana for that. I was gonna make a big Hydra. It's not like it makes much of a difference. Now they know I have a Voracious Hydra. I have a wee little halfling. I do, look at her, she's so cute! You can make this uncounterable. Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Steal Rosheen? Is that even good for you? I mean, I guess it's just to deny me having a Rosheen. This is the only non-basic I have out. So I guess it's the one I'll untap. Stops my next incredible turn. Yeah, I guess I should have, instead of playing the Hobbit, gone for that. But I feel like having the Hobbit out is very good. Maybe they have an X-cost stealing spell? Oh, a Mass Manipulate? Certainly could. Fuck.
Underestimate my fortitude.
Hi, Ginny Gin Gin. Oh, did it automatically do that? Well, that's so nice. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now I don't get to untap both of those. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have ward 2. Right. Numbers add up. Choose to untap the one that's a creature. You're drawing off of the One Ring. Yeah, I wanted to keep them off the ability to flip this over next turn, since they have so many cards to hand, especially with the One Ring. Number go up. So they're going for a big bounce here. That also allows them to attack and kill Nissa. What did you mill? No artifacts. Bye, Nissa. Oh, I didn't think you were going to be dead this turn. Grabbing another basic because of Winter Moon. Fight the Rosheen so we can get her back. Ooh, they have to make choices now because they have 2 non-basics. Please stop drawing cards. I don't believe Emery has anything to recast. No, she doesn't. You have 6 mana, though. Sapphire Medallion to discount their spells. Worn Power Stone. They could still cast a 2-mana spell, though, since they have a Sapphire Medallion. Getting some damage with these 3. It prevents slightly more damage if they block the forest, I feel. And I was like, I can go for trying to kill them off that. I don't think it's going to work. So we're going to Rosheen. I have 2 non-basics, so I can only untap one of them. Mishra's Command lets me buff up a creature. Crater's Claws is just damage to any target. I am going to use up one of these just to try and get some extra burn in. No, we want X equals 3. Yeah. And it will deal 5 damage. So even though only one of these will untap, that gives me 2 different spells that can potentially kill them. Three, kind of? I don't have enough red to cast this multiple times. I can only cast it twice. Also, the One Ring is killing them currently. Cyclonic Rift does not bounce this. Choose a non-land permanent I control. How about this Garblin? The One Ring is no longer killing them. Thank you, Forest. There's a Primeval Titan in the graveyard. Sure is. This gives them protection. Neither of these are instant speed. I choose this one. Another non-basic. Lucky me. It's actually a pretty nice non-basic to get, though, because it lets me do this. Cash? Or cash, huh? Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for using your Prime here. Alright, they have 8, 9, 10 mana. That is, I think, enough to play Jin Gataxis with a land and flip them over. They're not doing that, though, because that just draws them a bunch of cards. What are they gonna do? River's Rebuke. Still a land. They draw. Now they could have a way to just bounce a creature. Confounding Conundrum. Looks to me like they're digging. I like that. I like that. You see me scooching up. I'm ready. Narset, I don't care about you. I'm not drawing extra cards. I hardly have ways to draw cards in this deck. Pact of Negation. You may be able to counter my spells for free, but I don't need to cast any spells to kill you. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you like seeing Rosheen, Roaring Prophet, casting big spells for loads and loads of mana. This is a super fun deck to have gotten to build because not only is it specific on its theme, it's X-cost spells, it also works. I found that Rosheen was the kind of thing where, sure, they really do have to kill your commander, but just getting the ramp and the X-cost spells, because she also gives you card advantage, can work out really nicely in your favor. Also, Rosheen having this X-cost spell and self-mill theme works nicely with cards like World Soul's Rage and Shigeki, both of which have something to do with your graveyard. One of them brings back lands, and the other one can bring back all of those other spells, so you can just cast them again. It also feels really fun to get to play these, like, mana triplers and damage triplers in a deck like Rosheen to just make your numbers go up. Because number go up is very fun. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to build, please let me know. This deck was voted on by my chat, so what I typically do is I look at the various suggestions that people made on YouTube, I put them into a poll on Twitch, and then I let everyone vote on them. Also, you should be definitely joining us, twitch.tv/Amazonian. I stream a lot of Magic. Not all of it is in videos. In fact, most of it's not on video. I just like to record Brawl Stars so I can get the highlights of each of our new decks. Thank you so much for watching. Have a brawlful day.